So we're going to be talking about still the ribs, but a little bit more focus on our shoulder blades today. So I'm going to stand up and just take a little poke at Mr. Bones. So you can see Mr. Bones' rib cage, right? So you got the rib cage here, and then at the back, so this is his back, you've got two shoulder blades, obviously, one on each side. And the shoulder blades are, there's no bone connecting the shoulder blades to the rib cage. It's all muscular. So it's all going to be really focused muscular activation to get these guys to work. Now, before we get stuck into the class, I want you to come into either a seated or kneeling position. So you can be here, you can be cross-legged, whatever. You're going to reach your arms out in front of you. Okay, now you guys stay right there. There's one more person joining in. All right, so stay right there. Okay, so once you're in to this position here, I'm going to ask you to keep your rib cage dead still. You're going to draw your shoulder blades together towards your spine, and then you're going to push an imaginary wall away. Draw your shoulder blades together towards your spine, and then push an imaginary wall away. Okay, so let's go for about 8 of these. Nice. 7. And really squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades when you do draw them together. As you squeeze them together, you'll notice the hands slightly separate away from one another. Good. 2 more. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Yes. Try not to hike them up towards your ears. Last time. All right. Now you're going to keep those arms out in front. We are not going to move the shoulder blades anymore, but you're going to try and poke your ribs forward and then draw your ribs through the front of your body like someone just punched you in the ribs. Float the ribs forward and then float the ribs back. Yes. 2 more. So float the ribs forward. Notice that your lower back is probably arching, and float the ribs through your body. Last time. Push them forward and draw them back. Awesome. And then come back to neutral. Now, last time with the shoulder blades, we're going to do the same thing. Your arms will start to burn, but do not move your ribs now and try and draw the shoulder blades together. Just hold the shoulder blades together for me. Squeeze them together towards your spine. And notice if your ribs have popped forward. Draw them back in. So draw your ribs in as if they're coming through the front of your body, but keep on squeezing those shoulder blades towards the spine even more. Yes. And then keep those ribs drawing through the front of your body as you push an imaginary wall away. The ribs will be able to draw in even more now. Imagine you were in a plank. Good. One more time. Keep the ribs drawing through the front of your body. Draw the shoulder blades together. Don't let them pop forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades down a little bit more so they're not hiking up. Yes. Straighten the elbows. And then relax. Shake it out. Awesome. Great job. Okay, friends, we're going to lie on our back. We're lying on our back, and you are going to grab a hold. The guys who came at the beginning of class, you'll know to have a little ball or a pillow. For those of you that just joined, if you don't have a ball like this, just grab a pillow and you're going to put it between your knees, okay? So a pillow or a ball between your knees, and you're going to lie down on your back, okay? So remembering what we just did in a kneeling position, we felt our rib cage draw through the front of our body. Now, if you had to do the same exact movement here, lying on the floor, you'd get the sensation of your rib cage dropping down into the earth. So I want you to feel like your ribs are just the heaviest thing in your body, okay? Let them sink towards the ground. From here, make sure that your feet are parallel, hip width distance. Yeah. And we're going to take an inhale. We're going to arch into our lower back. Make sure the ribs don't flare too much here. Still keep them nice and heavy. And then, guys, you're going to exhale, tuck and round into the lower back. Keep the rib cage heavy as you pick your pelvis up into a bridge position. Let's just hang out at the top here for a couple of seconds. Nice. Good. Staying lifted. Inhale at the top and relax your shoulders. As you exhale, you're going to slowly lower down one rib at a time. Remember, you've got 12 ribs on each side of your body, 12 thoracic vertebrae. Take your time as you lower them down. Inhale, make sure the rib cage is nice and heavy as you touch the floor. Exhale, tuck. Pick up the pelvis. Keep the ribs drawing down as you lift up your booty. Inhale at the top. And exhale, slowly lower yourself all the way down. One vertebra at a time. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tuck. Pick it up. All 10 toes on the mat, relaxing the rib cage. Feel it getting heavier and heavier. Slowly take yourself back down. All right, guys, last time we're going to take ourselves up and we're going to hold ourselves up at the top of our bridge. So staying lifted. Make sure that those ribs feel nice and heavy. From here, I want you to connect to your bum. So your bum muscles are going to relax, and then they're going to contract. And then they're going to relax, and they're going to contract. Good. So we're keeping a constant height. We're not letting those ribs flare at all. You're squeezing your booty, and then you're releasing the squeeze. Now keep that ball dead still between the knees. I don't want your knees to go wide. Okay? 4 more. All 10 toes on the mat. Pressing down through the tripod of the feet, the heel toes, the heel edges, the pinky toe edges, and the big toe edges. 2 to go. And last one, slowly take yourself back down. Real slow. Awesome job, guys. Now, from here, reach your arms back as far as you can up overhead. Ideally, you'd get the back of your hands to touch the ground. All right, now notice what's happening in the rib cage. A lot of us will end up having quite a big rib flare here. I want you to try again to draw your ribs down into the earth. So really pull the ribs down using your abdominal muscles, but try and keep the back of your hands in touch with the floor if you can. Take a big inhale into the sides of your lungs. And as you exhale, you're going to tuck and come back up into your bridge position. So lifting up even higher. Well done. Now stretch your fingertips up towards the wall behind you. Reach your fingertips north and feel the space between the ribs lengthen. So you're lengthening those arms to the wall back behind you. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, peel your rib cage down, 1 rib at a time. Nice. Let's go for 2 more of these. Inhale, that looks good, guys. Exhale, tuck. Lift up. Good. Reach those arms even further north. Peel your tailbone down south. And as you peel that tailbone down, guys, visualize yourself almost like you're in a tug of war. Someone's trying to pull you one way, someone else is trying to pull you the opposite way. You're creating length between each vertebra and between each rib. Last time, lift the pelvis up. Pick it up. All 10 toes on the mat. Stretch the fingertips back. Inhale, and as you exhale, peel your spine down super slowly. Awesome, guys. Once your tailbone touches the ground, you're going to keep your ball between your knees. And you're going to take your hands behind your head, your elbows into your peripheral vision. Now, lower body is going to stay super still, okay? So lower body stays like locked in place, right? You're going to support your head, take an inhale at the bottom, and as you exhale, you're going to visualize your rib cage coming forward towards your pelvis. So you're going to pick yourself up into flexion, closing your rib cage forward towards the pelvis. Hang out at the top for me for a second, guys, and just feel the back of your body. Do you feel heavier on your right side or your left side of your back? Try and equalize your weight distribution between the left and the right sides of your body. And then slowly come down through that center line. Hopefully it's your spine. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, nod the chin towards the chest to lengthen the back of your neck and bring yourself forward into flexion. Now, ideally, guys, you're coming higher up so both of the shoulder blades are off of the mat, and then equalize your weight distribution in the rest of your body. So everything that's touching the floor, find equality, and then slowly take it back down on that center line. We're going to go for 4 more slow ones. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring your rib cage forward. Your rib cage and your upper body should look like the top of a candy cane or like an umbrella holder or handle. Inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly take yourself down. We're going to go for 2 more. I just want to take a look at you. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring it forward. Come up. Yes. Stay at the top just for a second. Get a little bit more height if you can. Close the ribs at the front a little bit more. And then come down that center line. Good. Inhale at the bottom again. You're going to exhale, come up and hold. Now, take yourself to the top. I want you to really focus with this stuff, guys. So keep the lower body dead still now, okay? You're going to try and rotate your rib cage to the right. All right, so my left side of my rib cage is wrapping forward. The right side of my rib cage is wrapping backwards. And I want to keep the right side of my rib cage light off of the ground. So I'm not touching my right shoulder blade on the ground. Bring yourself back to center and then take yourself all the way back down the way you came. Okay? Inhale at the bottom again. We're going to go the opposite direction now. Exhale, bring yourself forward and up. Your weight stays the same in your bum, okay? Keep yourself nice and steady on the floor as you rotate to the left. Come up a little bit higher, bring that right side of the rib cage up and over, left side of the rib cage draws back and down. Light on that left side, guys. Bring yourself back to center and then slowly come back down. So you should feel like you're wringing yourself out like a damp cloth. Let's go for 2 more on each side. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring it up. Rotate to the right. Good. Lift up a little higher so you should have no weight on that bottom shoulder blade. Good. Come back to center and lower it down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring it forward. Come up a little higher if you can. Rotate to the left. That left shoulder blade is not touching the ground. Rotate a little more. Bring it back to center. And then slowly take it down. Oof, that one was a burny one for me. Let's go 1 more on each side, guys. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring it up. Rotate to the right. Good. Now hang out here for me, guys, if you can. And go ahead and squeeze that ball between your knees. Squeeze it. Rotate a little bit more. Come a little higher up. Yes. Bring it back to center. And then slowly come down. Notice how squeezing the ball makes things a little bit more intense. Inner thighs and abdominals are like first cousins. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, bring it up. Rotate to the left. Do not dump down into that left shoulder blade, guys. Come up higher, rotate more. Squeeze the ball. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. And then slowly take it down. Amazing, guys. Really, really strong. Great job. Yay. Okay, so take your ball or your pillow or whatever you've got, and you're going to place it behind your back. Okay, so for those of you that have done this with me before, it's kind of like between your two shoulder blades and ever so slightly lower. If you've ever worn a bra in your life, it's where the clasp would be behind your back. Okay? So that kind of area. Bolster is fine, a pillow is fine, a Pilates ball is fine, whichever one you have. So when you lie back over the thing, you want to allow yourself to come into a little bit of thoracic extension. So that means that my upper back is extending back over the ball and my rib cage is now open like a big crocodile mouth towards the sun. Okay, inhale here into the front line of your body. Make sure that your bum is on the ground, okay? Bum is always on the floor. Inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, you're going to close your rib cage down, bringing yourself forward into flexion, and really feel that sensation of ribs drawing through the front of your body as if they were going to pierce that ball behind you or pillow behind you. Inhale, extend back. Open up the front. Exhale, bring it forward. Good. Inhale, extend back. Good. Alessia, I think you need to take your bolster a little bit lower down, so it's a little bit too high. Yeah? So when you extend back, if your spine has the flexibility, then your head could be able to touch the ground. So you want to try and get so far back that your head, if it's pain-free in your body, is able to touch the ground. Okay? So this first few movements, bringing the rib cage forwards and backwards, very honestly, it shouldn't be very burny in your body. It should mostly just feel like, rib cage movements. Last 3. Nice. Close it down. As you come back into that extension, I want you to avoid any lower back extension. So keep your lower back chilled out. No lower back grippiness. Last 1. Bring yourself forward and hang out in flexion. So you're bringing that rib cage forward. You're up high. You're going to take your right leg into tabletop position. Awesome. Now, before we do anything else, your left butt cheek is on the ground, your sacrum is on the ground, okay? And then you're going to twist your left elbow towards your right knee without letting your left bum cheek lift, your left knee do anything weird, and your tailbone is staying heavy, just as it was before you rotated. And then you're going to come out of your rotation, place your right foot down, and extend back over the ball. Very well done, guys. That looked awesome. Other side. Bring it forward. Before you rotate, right butt cheek on the floor. Tailbone is on the floor. Left leg to tabletop. Twist. Right elbow towards the left knee. And then take the foot down. Extend yourself back over the ball. Inhale. Exhale. Close the rib cage forward. Right leg to tabletop. Left butt cheek on the floor. Rotate. Good. Yes. Slowly unravel. Very slow. No rushed movements. Take it back down. Inhale. Now, guys, you're welcome to go at your own pace with this. Okay? If you feel like a certain rhythm in your body that you want to follow, that's totally cool. All right? But I want you to make sure that if you are rotating through your upper body, there's no compensation happening in the lower body. So we're not letting our bum move. We're not letting our pelvis do the job for us. We're not letting our feet do anything weird. Our toes are on the ground or pointed in the air. Yeah, true rotation. I'm going to say about 4 more to go. You're welcome to do less. You're welcome to do more. Really starting to feel the connection of the sacrum, that tailbone, that center point, staying grounded, staying centered. 2 more to go. Inhaling back, exhaling forward, rotating. And last time, guys, inhale back. Exhale, come forward, rotate. Very nice. And then you're going to get rid of that ball from behind your back. Yeah. Come on up, and we're going to grab a hold of our weights. So forget about the ball for a little while. Now, once you've got your weights in your hands, you're going to lie yourself back down and straighten your arms with the weights up towards the sky. Okay? So reach those arms up. We did this in class on Tuesday. So those of you who know will know. You're going to draw the ribs down into the floor again. So remember that sensation of pulling the ribs down through the front of your body and anchor them there. Your lower back is neutral. Now listening to the shoulders, always listening to the shoulders. Start to slowly float the weights back, 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 back until your shoulder says this far and no further. And then you're going to bring the arms forward again. Okay? So it's an inhale to prepare. It's an exhale to float the arms back. And as the arms go back, the ribs draw down into the floor even more. And then float them forward. Good. Now, I've seen people do this over the years, and it is super normal to not actually get your arms all the way to the ground. Okay, that's really normal. I need you to make sure that you're listening to your shoulders. Okay, if the weight feels like it's hurting you, then you're going to put it down. Yeah? Otherwise, guys, you're staying super centered on your tailbone as you reach those arms back. You're staying really closed in the ribs. We're opening up the front of the shoulder. Last time with the feet on the ground. Exhale, reach the arms back. Inhale, float the arms with the weights back up to the sky. Nice. Okay, cool. So lower back is going to stay neutral. Your ribs are going to stay down. And you're going to take one leg into tabletop, other leg into tabletop, and you're just going to hang out there for me for a few moments, okay? So once you've got your tabletop, just make sure that your knees are indeed in a true tabletop shape, okay? So they're not close, they're not doing anything strange, they're in true tabletop. Nice. Now, in your true tabletop, can you take 2 full inhales and exhales for me? So inhaling 360-degree full. Fill the back, fill the sides, fill the floor, fill your tummy. And exhale, feel the ribs knit together. Even this should be core work. Inhale again. 360-degree full. Fill your tummy, fill the floor, fill the ribs. Exhale, feel the ribs knit together. If this is feeling great and you want to practice this, then stick with this if you want to. Otherwise, keep the legs as they are. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, float one arm back, keeping the rest of your body super stable. One arm with the weight floats back, and then draw it back up. Opposite arm floats back, and bring it back up. Now keep on going at your own pace. So really what I'm interested in here, guys, is not so much, the arm with the weight. It's really more the rest of your body's ability to stay stable, staying in neutral in the lower back, staying in true tabletop with the legs, and being able to take a full breath in, being able to completely exhale. Let's go for 4 more. Feeling equal weight in the left and the right sides of the pelvis, so you're not starting to sneakily lean over into one side. You're not starting to let the lower back lift away from the floor. Last 2. And last 1. Well done. Both arms with the weights up to the sky. Just take your feet to the ground for a second and let the knees windscreen wipe from side to side. Great job. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're going to make it a little bit more tricky now. Same as on Tuesday, guys. So, again, neutral spine, ribs draw down, arms reach up, the back of the shoulders are touching the floor, legs to tabletop. Bam, bam. Alrighty, now, starting with the legs, arms don't move. Inhale. As you exhale, stretch one leg forward. And inhale, bring it back. Keep on swapping. Alternate from leg to leg. And bring it back. So as you go through this, guys, don't be surprised if something as simple as a single leg stretch feels pretty intense. Like, we've spent quite a lot of time refining your positioning. So hopefully by now, even just this movement here that you've probably done a million times, I sound like a sheep, should be pretty tough, I'm hoping. Good. All right, now as you move, you're going to start to add in the opposite arm as you reach one leg forward. So say for instance it's my left leg. As my left leg goes forward, my right arm is going to slowly float back. I'm going to hold myself open for a moment, and then I'm going to bring it all the way back in. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, float the opposite arm, opposite leg. Do not lose your center point. And back. Swapping at your own pace here, guys. And back. I'm going to say 4 more. You're welcome to do more. You're welcome to do less. I'd say slower is definitely better though. And 3. Very good, guys. That looks awesome. Really good tabletops, I must say. 2. And last one. Well done. Bring it back. Feet to the ground. Let the knees windscreen wipe. Okay, you have got a little bit more work here. I know this is like a core extravaganza today, but we're going to hammer this ribcage positioning thing home. So from here again, let's take those arms with the weights up to the sky. Okay, again, we're coming back into that dreaded tabletop. But I must say, tabletop, even though it feels terrible, is a super important position to get comfortable in. From here though, guys, a tabletop neutral spine. We're going to glue our heels together and separate our toes. So froggy legs. Nice. Now once you've got those heels together, can you give them a little bit of a squeeze for me? So squeeze them together towards one another. Yep. Inhale here, and I want you to actually extend your legs up towards the ceiling. So it's kind of forward and up. So you're extending the legs, you're going to squeeze the inner thighs towards one another, and then you're going to bend the knees back in. You're going to extend them out again, and I want you to start to lower the angle of your extension until you feel that your lower back can no longer stay in neutral. So what I mean by that, guys, is you're going to find your personal challenge zone where you are extending your legs out, feeling that shaky core activation feeling, but not feeling like your lower back is about to lift away from the floor. Okay? Let's go for about 4 more of these. So you're still feeling yourself centered between your 2 pelvic halves. So as you extend your legs, you're not sneakily rolling onto one side. Okay? And for 4, remember to squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. And back. Last 3, extend. And back. Good. 2, extend. And back. Last time, extend. And back, and then pop the feet onto the ground. Take a little windscreen wipe again. Amazing job. Well done. Okay, so last challenge. It's going to be that in and out movement with the legs, and then I'm going to ask you to try and introduce one arm back and forth, and then double arms back and forth, and then you're done with that sequence, okay? All right, so arms reach up towards the sky with your weights if you can. Your weights will help you here actually. So neutral spine, tabletop Rooney with those legs. Okay, glue the heels together, separate the toes, squeeze the heels together. Notice what that does. You'll feel more obliques. Take an inhale. As you exhale, stretch the legs along that line of your personal challenge. Inhale, bring them back. Now, as you extend your legs, let's extend one arm back behind us overhead. So just one. and then bring it back. That single arm work is tough because your body has to manage load on one side. Okay, so you're alternating from arm to arm, extending both legs long, extending one arm back at a time. Good. Good, yes. Let's go for 4 and back. Good, 3. Just watch how close you bring those knees in. And back. Last 2 and back. Guys, and we just got the double arms to go. Hang tight, you can do it. 4 double arm reaches back. If you can, extend them both. Ribs pull down and bring it in. And in. 2 more to go. Squeeze the inner thighs as you reach them long. Reach. And back, guys. Last time. Exhale. Reach. And back. And pop the weights down. Pop your feet down. Yes, great job. Do whatever you need to do. If it's a hug of the knees, if it's a windscreen wipe. Yes, do what you got to do. All right, this room's really dark today, isn't it? All right, anyway. So guys, from here, we're going to roll ourselves up into seated. And then we're going to come onto all fours really briefly. All right, now, in or on all fours, with the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. We're going to draw our shoulder blades together towards the spine. Now, I'm not letting my ribs move. My ribs are going to kind of drop towards the floor, but they're not flaring. My shoulder blades draw together towards the spine, and then I'm going to push the floor away. Okay, scapular push-ups. Let's go for 10. And push. Good. 9. And push. 8. Don't let those elbows bend. Elbows do not bend. 5. Yes. Notice if you're moving your ribs or if you're moving your shoulder blades. 4. More shoulder blade, less ribs, guys. 3. And 2. Good. Don't bend the elbows. Last 1. And then bring it back. Okay, now if you were feeling that was a little bit of a mind bender, you're going to keep doing this on all fours. If you nailed it, most of you did, you're going to come into plank position, half plank position. Not full plank yet. Half plank position. So send the pelvis forward, switch your bum on, let your sternum shine towards the top of your mat, and you're going to do the exact same thing. But your lower back, guys, is never going to arch here as you do your scapular push-ups, okay? So spine stays in one long, beautiful chunk, and you draw your shoulder blades together towards the spine. Your chest will lower a little, and you push the ground away. Yes. So the whole way through this, I'm actually thinking about pulling my rib cage up, about drawing my ribs through the front of my body, okay? As if there was a burning candle beneath my ribs. And that's what I'm pulling away from. Last 3, shoulder blades still doing their thing. 2, and last 1, take a brief shell stretch. So sit your bum back. Relax, but breathe into the sides of the lungs. Breathe down into your belly. Yes, let's take 2 more breaths here. Awesome, guys. And then bring yourself forward into half plank again. The best half plank you've ever done in your life. Okay, now in your half plank position, you can feel the back of your feet on the ground. You can feel both knees equally on the ground. You can feel your bum switched on, your lower back in neutral, and your head, you're looking to the horizon, okay? Pushing the mat away. From here, try not to let your body pivot or move too much over to one side as you stretch one arm forward for the wall in front of you. Push the ground away through your stabilizing arm, and you're going to start to draw a big circle. Ha 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 ha, I know. The first one feels impossible. And then you're going to place that hand back down, swap over to the other side. So reach. Arm forward, up, back, around, and down. Watch your hand as it moves. So your head is looking, is watching the hand as it draws the circle. Yes. Going for 6. That stabilizing arm is pushing the floor away the whole way through. And 5. Push the floor away. Good. 4. Don't lose your bum. 3. And 2. Really reach out of yourself. Last time. Good. Both hands onto the ground. Stay with me here if you can. Squeeze your bum nice and neutral into the lower back. You're going to slowly come down into a push-up. So your elbows bend. Thank goodness they can finally bend. And then you're going to push the floor away. So as you come down, you're not letting the lower back arch. As you come up, you're not letting the lower back arch. Ribs stay, pulling through the front of your body the whole way through. 4 more. And lift. Good. And 3. As you come down, you're getting the sense of lengthening through the crown of the head. 2. Last time. And push up, take it back to a brief shell. Well done, guys. Amazing. Breathing into the sides of your body. Breathing down into your tummy. Okay, guys. So, from here, if you can, you're going to come into a plank position. If plank is too much, you can stick with your half plank variation or even kneeling, okay? But hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes under. Try and get your pinky toes involved in the situation. I know it sounds like a weird thing to say, but we want the pinky toes to at least be part of the equation as we find our plank, okay? So plank it out. And then in your plank, feel that sensation of the ribs drawing through the front of your body. Imagine that ball was behind you again, and you were trying to almost pierce that ball with your rib cage. Nice. Hang out here. And we're going to take a 360-degree full inhale. Exhale completely. So for you to take that nice big deep breath into the ribs, we want the ribs to expand laterally. So feel the left and the right sides expand and close down. One more breath. Watch that tail doesn't start to pop and open up. Keep the lower back. And then lower the knees down, brief shell. Fill the lungs. Big deep breath in. Bring yourself back onto all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Keep the toes tucked under. Press the ground away. And we're going to lift the knees and hover them up off of the ground. Hover them up. Okay, so this is going to be like your home position with the knees hovering. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, come up into downward facing dog. In your down dog, again, get the sensation of the ribs drawing through the front of your body. Nice. Now keeping everything stable. Keep the ribs, keep the feet, keep the hands. You're going to remove one part of the stability out of the equation. You're going to try and take your right hand over towards your left shin. Try and keep your weight distribution as equal as possible through the other 3 limbs that are still touching the ground. And then take your right hand back to the mat. You're going to bend your knees until they're hovering off the ground again. Remember your home position. Coming down. Yes. Hold. Nice. And then again, bring yourself back up into downward facing dog. Ribs draw through the front of your body. Find equality through your limbs, and then remove the left hand from the equation. Take your left hand back. Bend your knees, come down, hover. Make sure that the lower back's not arching. Draw the ribs through the front of the body. Knees are literally skimming off the ground. Let's go 2 more times. Lift up into down dog. Feeling the equality through the limbs. Take your right hand away from the equation. Reach for the left shin. Yes. Nice. Take the right hand back. Find stability through all 4 limbs first. Then float it forward and down into that little floaty. It's actually called beast pose or the race, this position here. And back up, downward facing dog. Take the left hand over towards the right shin. Find equality through the other limbs. And then take the left hand back. Take those knees down. Find a nice long neutral spine, holding for 10, 9. Knees are hovering, just so you know. 8. Don't put them on the mat. 7. 6. Don't let your heads hang, guys. Ribs draw through the front of you. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And back to down dog last time. And you're going to walk your feet in towards your hands. So you're going to find a forward fold. Relaxing through the back of the neck. Take an inhale here, guys. And as you exhale, roll yourself up. All the way up. Shoulder blades roll back and down. Let's take one really big inhale together. Reach the arms up and interlace those thumbs. So interlocking actually just your 2 thumbs. I was going to say all 10 thumbs. If you had 10 thumbs, you'd be like a superhuman. Reach the arms up. Let your ribs flare now. Open them up towards the sky. Feel what that feels like in the lower back. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Holding for 5. Get a little bit higher. Get a little bit more open through the armpits. Find equal weight through the feet. Reach up even more. Take one more big deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the arms just fall. Well done, guys. That is it. That's 45 minutes of pure abdominal torture. Might actually put the light on in my living room. Great job, everybody. Let me know how you got on there.